Hey, how's it going everyone? Today we're going to take a look at Hotfix number 6, August 9th, 2023, patch 1.1.1. If we take a look right here, it says bug fixes. Quote, fix an issue where the shadow clone from Trickery Malignant Heart did not taunt enemies, end quote. Then if we go down below here, it says seasonal bug fixes, and this is where things are going to be a little interesting here because they fixed up a few things with Malignant Hearts and the Invokers. It says, quote, the drop rate and craft chances for Wrathful Hearts and Invokers has been increased. The previous chance to get a Wrathful Invoker from crafting an uncertain Invoker was 3%. The chance is now 15%. Previous chance to get a Wrathful Heart from crafting an uncertain Heart was 2%. The chance is now 10%. Wrathful Invokers now also have a chance to drop from elites in addition to other Invokers. Then for the miscellaneous, it's always going to be further stability improvements or some sort of thing like that. But this is great because now they've actually increased it. For whatever reason, I'm not too sure why it was so low. Honestly, it seems a bit ridiculous that they had it at 3%, considering that Chapter 5, you would have to complete a challenge that involved grabbing an Invoker, specifically a Malignant Wrathful Invoker. Although that was an issue, at least they did fix this now, and hopefully that does not become an issue in Season 2. They did say that Fury Against Fate is not going to be fixed in patch 1.1.1's hotfix, yet it will be coming towards us in patch 1.1.2. A lot of points there and a lot of ones. Now we're going to continue on and talk about an amazing new glitch that you can do in Helltides. What you want to do is obviously participate in this event, and then you want to go around, collect some cinder, cash it all in. If you need to go towards a mysterious chest, do so. Then let's say towards the end you're running out of time. What you can do is save your cinder for the next Helltides event. The way that this works is that you need to spawn in the exact same spot that the Helltides is going to pop up at. For example, the next Helltides will appear over here, so I'm going to fast travel towards this location. I do not want to leave the game just yet, because what I'm going to do is travel outside of this waypoint. If you stay inside this location, it may not work. That's something to be noted, because if you come across this and you try it out and it does not work, because most likely you're inside the waypoint. And to be specific here, when I mean inside the waypoint, I'm just talking about inside the town here. When you do exit outside, you're going to be able to obviously hop on top of your mount. This means you're outside of the waypoint. Just to be, clear here, I want to make sure that we know exactly what we're doing. So here we are outside. We're going to then pause the game and leave completely. Now you might be wondering, why are we exiting out of the game? Should we just stay here? The problem with that is the only way that this will work is if you exit out, leave for about an hour, because of course the Helltides event will be finished up by then, and you only want to really do this if the clock is running down and you have to go somewhere, or let's say that you've collected a good amount of cinder, it's about 1 minute left. You can then use this so that you can come back, and if done correctly, you should see that you will have the same exact value as you had when you previously left, or currency, number, whatever term you want to use. For example, right here you can tell it's the same exact amount that I had when I previously left. What we're going to talk about next is something that they have patched. If you guys have been trying out the PvP boss glitch where you could pretty much freeze this boss in one place, I do want to give you the unfortunate news that this is patched. You can no longer do it. At least the amount of times that I've tried, I was not able to successfully do this. I will show you an example here just to show some proof and to clarify what I mean. What you could do prior is come up here towards the top of the stair steps, go inside the building, and then the boss will try to go after you. Yet eventually it'll come downstairs and then it'll stay in one place. This was possible in patch 1.10. This is no longer possible in patch 1.1.1. I think I may have went over 1 point. I don't know. There's a lot of ones there. So what happens now is the boss will either go back downstairs, freeze for momentarily, and then will come at you like a wild madman. The other thing that can happen is that it will then pretty much retrace itself back to its original spot. And so that's pretty much what would happen if you tried to do this. We are now going to move on and talk about something that I've been asked quite frequently, and this has to do with the Wayward Soul glitch. aka infinite XP farm. What you can do here is essentially spawn a infinite amount of enemies, and does it work after the latest hotfix? It definitely does, and I'll show you proof right here. All we have to do, for those that do not know how to do this properly, these steps are quite simple. We're going to head over here towards the Wayward Soul event. You can find this pretty much anywhere, especially in Helltide's event. There's going to be a ghostly figure in the middle. We're going to follow this fella around towards various green auras, and you're going to then travel to each one. The goal here is to not complete this at all. So you're going to try to stay away from the orange zone there, and you're going to traverse away from them. Take out the enemies that are nearby, because that will become a problem. What you're going to see on the right side here is that the bar is going to progress further, more so the dark color. Once it's down to 0, all you have to do is step inside the orange zone here, step outside, constantly do that back and forth, and do not stay in there too long, because eventually it's going to ruin the whole entire thing, because if you stay in there too long, you're going to complete the event. And last but not least, we're going to talk about a great way to farm Wrathful Hearts. This can be located towards the left side from this waypoint. It's sort of close to Kyovashad. We're going to go towards the Ravian Pit. Once you're over here at the Ravian Pit, we're going to then progress throughout this whole entire mini dungeon. There's going to be 3 different hearts that you can pick up, including a 4th one if I'm not mistaken. The first one here, I was not successful. The second one, again, unsuccessful. And then the third malignant monster actually dropped a malignant Wrathful Heart. Pretty cool, and I'm going to try this out later on with my build. It does not seem too viable, but we'll see how it is, how it goes once I get my hands on it and test it out a few more. But honestly, this is what I recommend that you guys do if you want to rinse and repeat it. Of course, exit outside of the dungeon, pause the game, go towards the right side, reset the dungeon, go back inside, and you can do this as much as you like. Of course, if you did not know, previously they did fix the boss glitch where you could rinse and repeat the Season 1 side quests, or whatever you want to call it, and essentially you could pop up a bunch of those Malignant Hearts and the Invokers. It no longer works. If you would like to check out my previous video about all that stuff, then I would definitely recommend you guys doing so. You can see all the proof in the pudding right there. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video so far. If you have, give it a like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, absolutely comment down below. I will reply back in the first hour or 2. Hope you guys have a great day out there, and I'll see you all in the next video.